This week in AI has been absolutely insane. AheadForm's new elf robot X1 showed a shockingly human face and expressions. Unitree's G1 took a beating and kept standing again and again. Clone Robotics shocked everyone with new proto-clone reveals. Let's start with AheadForm. What if I told you that a robot just went viral for doing something impossibly human? I'm talking about a machine that can look you in the eyes and deliver a smirk so perfect, so unnervingly natural, that over 100 million people stopped scrolling just to watch it smile. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now, and it's about to change everything we think we know about artificial intelligence. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the tech that's reshaping our world. I'm your host, and today we're breaking down the most jaw-dropping robotics breakthrough of 2025. We're talking about AheadForm, a Chinese startup that just shattered the uncanny valley with their latest humanoid robot demo. But here's what makes this story absolutely wild. This isn't just another robot doing party tricks. We're witnessing the birth of machines that can read your emotions, mirror your expressions, and respond with genuine-looking empathy in real time. But here's the crazy part that nobody's talking about. While everyone's freaking out about the viral video, AheadForm just dropped 2 game-changing robot models that are about to flip the entire industry upside down. And trust me, by the time you finish watching this video, you're going to understand why investors just threw undisclosed millions at this company, and why tech experts are calling this the most significant robotics milestone since Boston Dynamics taught robots to dance. Let's start with the star of the show, the elf Xuan. This isn't just a robot head sitting on a table. We're talking about a full-bodied humanoid that represents the absolute cutting edge of what's possible in 2025. Picture this, a static sculpted body topped with the most advanced expressive head ever created. The Xuan model packs 30 artificial muscles into its face alone. 30 individual actuators working in perfect harmony to create micro-expressions so subtle, so naturally human, that viewers are saying the uncanny valley has completely disappeared. We're talking about a robot that can shift its gaze, raise an eyebrow, and deliver that perfect smirk that made the internet lose its collective mind. The technical specs are absolutely staggering. Each of those 30 facial muscles is controlled by custom-designed brushless micromotors that operate so quietly you could have a conversation right next to it. The synthetic skin isn't just realistic. It's engineered to move and flex exactly like human facial tissue. But what really blows my mind is the self-supervised AI running the show. This robot doesn't just follow pre-programmed expressions. It learns to control its own face by watching itself, building an internal model of how its motors affect its appearance, just like a human child learning to control their facial expressions by looking in a mirror. The Xuan is designed for public spaces and showpieces, which means we're about to see these things greeting customers in stores, entertaining visitors at theme parks, and probably starring in the next generation of interactive entertainment. Imagine walking into a luxury hotel and being welcomed by a humanoid that not only recognizes your face, but responds to your mood with perfectly timed expressions and genuine-seeming empathy. Before we go any further, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss the next wild robot update. Okay, now back to the video. Now, if the Xuan is the showstopper, the Origin M1 is the game-changer for researchers and developers. This compact head-only module is like the iPhone of humanoid robotics. It packs incredible technology into a format that labs and startups can actually work with. We're talking about 25 micromotors driving facial expressions, RGB cameras embedded directly into the pupils for visual perception, and built-in microphones and speakers for real-time interaction. The M1 is essentially a research platform that lets scientists and developers explore the frontiers of human-robot emotional interaction without needing a massive budget or dedicated facility. But here's where things get absolutely mind-blowing. AheadForm didn't just create realistic robot faces. They developed what they call an emotional foundation model. This is a large-scale AI system trained on massive amounts of human emotional interaction data. Think voice tones, facial cues, body language, contextual understanding, everything that goes into reading and responding to human emotions. The robot doesn't just copy your expressions. It understands the emotional context of your interaction and generates authentic-looking responses in real time. Here's the part that's keeping me up at night thinking about the implications. When you smile at this robot, it doesn't just smile back mechanically. The AI processes your facial expression, interprets the emotional context, considers the situation you're both in, and then coordinates those 30 facial muscles to produce a smile that feels genuinely warm and contextually appropriate. We're talking about a machine that can engage in emotional labor, that can make you feel seen and understood, that can build rapport and trust through nothing but facial expressions and timing. The viral video that everyone's talking about shows exactly this in action. The female-presenting robot face opens its eyes with the kind of gradual, natural awakening you'd see in a human. Then comes that smirk. Asymmetric, subtle, with just the right amount of cheek movement and eye engagement to feel completely authentic. Commenters are saying it feels like the robot has actual light and life in its eyes. That's the power of combining ultra-precise mechanical engineering with AI that understands human emotional responses. Now let's talk about what this means for the bigger picture. Because we're not just looking at cool tech here. We're witnessing the emergence of a completely new category of human-machine interaction. AheadForm's founder, Yuhang Hu, came out of Columbia University's Creative Machines Lab with a simple but revolutionary question. Can a robot understand itself and others like a human does? The answer, based on what we're seeing, appears to be a resounding yes. The company calls it humanoid empathy value, and it's basically the idea that robots with genuine-seeming emotional intelligence will be infinitely more valuable than robots that just perform tasks. Think about it. You might tolerate a clunky robot vacuum because it cleans your floors, but you'd form an actual relationship with a robot that can read your mood, respond with appropriate emotions, and make you feel understood and cared for. We're looking at applications that go way beyond entertainment and demonstration. Elder care facilities where lonely residents can have companions that genuinely seem to care about their stories. Educational environments where robot tutors can read student frustration and adjust their teaching style in real time. Customer service scenarios where the representative, even if it's artificial, can make you feel heard and valued. Therapeutic settings where people with social anxiety can practice interactions with patient, understanding partners that never judge or get frustrated. But here's what's really wild. AheadForm secured major funding from investors including Shunwei Capital, China Merchants Venture, and Shenzhen Capital Group. Smart money is betting that emotionally intelligent robots aren't just the future, they're about to be the present. The fact that they're not even announcing pricing yet tells me they're confident the market is going to be absolutely massive. The competition is heating up too. While AheadForm is pushing the envelope on emotional intelligence and facial realism, companies like Engineered Arts with their Amecha robot are focusing on full-body interaction. Hanson Robotics opened the door with Sophia back in 2016. But that robot's expressions now look stiff and robotic compared to what AheadForm is achieving. We're essentially watching a new generation of humanoid robotics emerge, where the focus isn't just on walking or manipulating objects, it's on understanding and connecting with humans on an emotional level. The implications are staggering when you really think about them. We're approaching a world where the line between human and artificial emotional expression becomes genuinely blurry. These robots don't actually feel emotions. They're simulating them based on patterns and training data. But if the simulation is perfect enough, does the distinction even matter? When a robot can comfort you with a warm smile after a bad day, or celebrate with you when something amazing happens, the relationship becomes real even if the emotions are artificial. If this breakdown opened your eyes to just how fast robotics is advancing, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that's reshaping our world. Drop a comment and let me know. Are you excited about emotionally intelligent robots? Or does the idea of a machine that can read your feelings make you a little nervous? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on where this technology is headed. What if I told you that scientists just drop-kicked a robot, and what it did will shock you? I'm talking about a full-force assault that would send most humans to the hospital. But this isn't just any robot. This is the Unitree G1, and what happened next will blow your mind. Picture this. You're watching what looks like robot abuse in a lab. Researchers are shoving, striking, and literally drop-kicking this humanoid machine. Your first instinct? This thing is getting destroyed. But then something absolutely staggering occurs. The robot doesn't just survive, it recovers in milliseconds, springs back to perfect posture, and keeps going like it's invincible. This isn't Hollywood CGI, folks. This is real engineering happening right now at one of China's most advanced robotics labs. And the implications? They're about to change everything we thought we knew about robot resilience. But here's the crazy part. This violence test wasn't random robot torture. Professor He Kong and his team at SUSTech's ACT lab designed these brutal experiments for a mind-blowing reason. They're stress testing the absolute limits of robotic balance and recovery. We're witnessing the birth of machines that can handle real-world chaos. Let's break down what makes this G1 so incredibly tough. This compact powerhouse stands just 1.3 meters tall and weighs 77 pounds, about 35 kilograms. About the size of a teenager but built like a tank. The base model packs 23 degrees of freedom, but the advanced EDU version cranks that up to 43 with dexterous hands and extra joints. The knee torque hits a staggering 120 Newton meters. That's enough rotational force to twist your arm clean off. The sensor suite reads like sci-fi tech specs. We're talking Livox Mid 363D LiDAR for spatial mapping and Intel RealSense depth cameras for real-time environment analysis. This robot doesn't just see the world, it processes it at lightning speed. The locomotion capabilities? A blazing 2 meters per second, roughly 4.4 miles per hour. That's faster than most people jog. What happened in those lab tests reveals something extraordinary about modern robotics. When that dropkick connected, the G1's control systems fired into overdrive. We're witnessing rapid center of mass adjustments, whole body angular momentum control, and split-second footstep recalculations. The robot's recovery time? Absolutely mind-bending. We're talking about bouncing back in under a second from impacts that would floor a human. But here's where things get really wild. This isn't just lab magic anymore. Independent developers like Harrison Kinsley, better known as ScentDex, have been documenting real-world G1 performance. His extensive development playlist shows unboxing, LiDAR integration, navigation systems, and reinforcement learning control. This proves the G1's agility isn't manufactured hype. It's repeatable reality. The engineering behind this recovery system is absolutely brilliant. The G1's compact form factor creates a lower center of gravity. High joint torque density allows lightning-fast corrections. The compliant control system absorbs impacts like a biological muscle system. Most importantly, the high-rate state estimation fuses IMU sensors with vision data, creating superhuman spatial awareness. What we're seeing represents a fundamental breakthrough in robotics. These machines aren't just getting stronger, they're developing resilience that rivals biological systems. The G1 costs around $16,000 for the base model, with advanced EDU packages reaching $40,000 plus. That might sound expensive, but we're talking about technology that was pure fantasy just 5 years ago. The bigger picture? We're witnessing the emergence of robots that can handle unpredictable environments. Industrial accidents, search and rescue missions, disaster response. Scenarios where machines need to recover from unexpected impacts and keep functioning. The G1's brutal testing regime is preparing these robots for real-world chaos. This technology is advancing so rapidly that what seems impossible today becomes tomorrow's standard equipment. The question isn't whether robots will become more resilient, it's how quickly they'll surpass human physical capabilities entirely. Do you agree? Comment robot if you do, or human if you don't. Clone Robotics just unveiled their proto-clone, and calling it revolutionary doesn't even scratch the surface. This Polish startup has created what they're boldly claiming is the most anatomically accurate robot in the world. And the footage is both mesmerizing and absolutely terrifying. We're talking about a machine built with over 1,000 artificial muscles called myofibers that simulate an actual human musculoskeletal system. Not motors at joints like every other robot. Actual synthetic muscles that contract and pull on artificial tendons attached to polymer bones. The thing moves with such organic fluidity that watching it flex and twitch while suspended in air feels like witnessing some unholy resurrection of artificial life. This hydraulic powerhouse uses a compact 500-watt electric pump that circulates fluid like a beating heart, powering what they call the robot's vascular system. The artificial muscles can contract faster than actual human skeletal muscle, delivering a power-to-weight ratio that could theoretically exceed human performance. But here's where it gets absolutely wild. This machine has 4 depth cameras in its skull for 3D vision, 70 inertial sensors throughout its joints for proprioceptive feedback, and 320 pressure sensors embedded in those synthetic muscles to measure force output. It's essentially a complete recreation of human anatomy, down to all 206 bone analogs and a shoulder complex with 20 degrees of freedom. The uncanny valley doesn't even begin to describe the psychological impact of watching this pale, tendon-strung android perform movements that look disturbingly human. AI robots are becoming way too real, and this year already proved it. We've watched machines go from party tricks to real work, real faces, real presence. Amecha raises an eyebrow and the room freezes. Sophia smiles on stage and the world listens. Gia turns her head, blinks, and you forget she's a machine for a second. Tesla kept pushing Optimus toward scale. Figure 02 clocked in at a real factory. And yes, some teams are straight up building robotic bodies they say could host future AGI. It's been hard to keep up, so here's the plan. We'll break this down step by step, fast and clear, so you don't miss a beat. Big moments, clean takeaways, no fluff. Ready? Let's begin with Grace, a robot that emerged during one of humanity's darkest hours. Grace was created by Hanson Robotics with Singularity Studio. She was shown to the world in mid-2021. At that time, healthcare workers were overwhelmed and patients felt alone. Standing about 1.70 meters tall with gentle Asian features and dressed in a crisp nurse uniform, Grace represents something revolutionary. A robot designed not just to assist, but to comfort. She can simulate 48 different facial muscle movements, creating expressions so nuanced they can genuinely soothe anxious patients. What makes Grace extraordinary? Her thermal camera chest can measure body temperatures and assess patient responsiveness. She speaks English, and if you're not comfortable with English, that's not a problem. She can also speak Mandarin, Cantonese, and more languages to connect with many patients across Asia. But maybe the most amazing thing is Grace's bedside manner. She gives a calm and kind presence. She can talk with elderly patients, check their vital signs, and even sing to make them feel better. In hospital trials, Grace showed something big. Robots can do more than check health. They can also give real companionship. In an age where healthcare workers are stretched thin and elderly patients often face isolation, could robots like Grace bridge that gap? Meet the robot that has captured global attention. Her name is Sophia. Created by Hanson Robotics in 2016, she didn't just break technological barriers, she also broke cultural barriers. She became the world's first robot celebrity. Standing 1.67 meters tall with 83 degrees of freedom throughout her body, Sophia possesses an extraordinary range of motion. But it's her face that truly mesmerizes. 36 degrees of freedom in her head and neck alone, powered by patented Frubber skin and over 30 facial motors that create eerily human expressions. Sophia's claim to fame? In October 2017, Saudi Arabia gave her citizenship. She became the first robot to get this honor. She has been on talk shows and given interviews. She also worked as a UNDP Innovation Ambassador, talking about AI and robot ethics on global stages. If Sophia sparked debates about robot consciousness, Amecha redefined what robotic expression could be. Developed by Engineered Arts, Amecha has earned recognition as possessing one of the world's most advanced humanoid faces. This incredible articulation allows for expressions so lifelike they've gone viral. One demo showed Amecha reacting with surprise, raising eyebrows and widening eyes. It looked almost too human to be fake. What sets Amecha apart is, it is not built for just one job. Instead, it is a base for research in human-robot interaction. It can hold AI-powered conversations. Sometimes it even uses GPT-4 to sound more natural. These conversations can feel so real they blur the line between acting and real communication. The limitation? Until recently, Amecha couldn't walk. It was essentially an incredibly expressive torso. But in 2025, a walking prototype emerged, suggesting that this master of facial expression might soon be mobile. Make sure to subscribe because this Saturday we're uploading a whole half-hour-long video discussing the top 25 robots of 25. So make sure to subscribe. Now let's move to China. From the University of Science and Technology of China comes one of the most visually striking humanoids ever made. Unveiled on April 15, 2016, Jia earned the nickname Robot Goddess for her remarkably lifelike appearance and delicate features. Jia was designed to study natural human interaction through speech recognition and micro-expressions. Her creators envisioned her working in restaurants, hospitals, and nursing homes, though she remains primarily a research prototype. What made Jia special wasn't just her appearance, it was her personality. In one demo, photographers tried to take her picture up close. She politely told them to step back. She said the angle would make her face look fat. This touch of vanity and self-awareness showcased something beyond programmed responses. It hinted at genuine personality. But Jia also caused controversy. Some of her answers were seen as too subservient. She even called male visitors "my lord." This raised questions about how we program gender roles and social rules into robots. Next, we move to Shenzhen, China. UBTECH Robotics has done something that sounds impossible. A robot that never needs to stop working. Walker S2, announced in July 2025, has solved one of robotics' most persistent problems: limited battery life. Standing between 1.62 to 1.76 meters tall, Walker S2 possesses 52 degrees of freedom and can carry up to 15 kilograms. But its most remarkable feature isn't its strength or dexterity. It's its ability to autonomously swap its own battery packs. Picture this. Walker S2 approaches a charging station, removes its depleted battery with one arm, docks it to charge, then grabs a fresh battery with the other arm and plugs it in, all without human intervention. The robot makes this look simple and smooth. This 3-minute process enables truly 24/7 operation, a world first for humanoid robots. Using purely visual stereo cameras for navigation, no LiDAR required, Walker S2 can perform precision tasks with sub-millimeter accuracy while running UBTECH's Co-Agent AI system that integrates vision, language understanding, and task planning. The implications are staggering. Imagine factories that never sleep, staffed by tireless humanoid workers. While others focus on entertainment or healthcare, Figure AI has taken a different path, creating the first commercially viable humanoid worker. Figure 2, unveiled on August 6, 2024. Figure 02 has achieved what many thought impossible. It's working a real job. At BMW's South Carolina plant, Figure 02 robots autonomously insert sheet metal parts into fixtures on assembly lines, a delicate task requiring precision and coordination that was previously exclusive to human workers. What makes Figure 02 extraordinary isn't just its technical capabilities. Though its 16-degree of freedom hands can perform sub-millimeter precision tasks, it's the speed of its development. Founded in 2022, Figure AI raised $675 million in early 2024 and moved from concept to factory floor faster than anyone thought possible. The robot's integration of large language model reasoning for high-level task planning, combined with 3x the computing power of previous generations, enables it to understand complex instructions and adapt to changing situations. And if Figure 2 proved robots can handle real jobs, Optimus wants to build millions more. What sets Optimus apart isn't just its specifications. It's Tesla's vision of mass production. Musk projects that Optimus could be priced under $20,000 and produced in numbers that dwarf all other humanoid projects combined. The company's plan? Use robots to build more robots, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of production. By 2024, Optimus robots demonstrated autonomous tasks like sorting objects by color and performing synchronized routines. While robotics experts remain skeptical of Tesla's ambitious timelines, the company's track record of transforming industries makes dismissing their humanoid dreams dangerous. We stand at an extraordinary moment in human history. These 7 remarkable machines represent more than technological achievements. They're harbingers of a future where the line between human and artificial becomes increasingly blurred. From Grace's compassionate care to Sophia's celebrity status, from Amecha's expressive mastery to Gia's lifelike beauty, from Walker S2's tireless dedication to Figure O2's industrial revolution and Optimus's mass-market dreams. Each robot represents a different facet of our automated future. The question isn't whether humanoid robots will transform our world. The question is, are we ready for the world they're about to create?